forward. BBQ, what are they going to have to do here for their junglers? Nocturne's still available.
Interesting question. BBQ may have already picked up their jungler as well. Trick has been playing it, but in professional, if you asked me, I'd love to see some Griffin jungle. I guess in scrims, the Talia hasn't been done. You definitely don't want to cement that now if you don't have to, as this could be a bot lane Yasuo or a mid lane Yasuo. Does increase the chance of it being Talia jungle.
Yeah, it does increase that quite a bit.
All right, Griffin, reveal yourself. What you doing here? The Orin could be in the bot lane. I really want to see Viper on an AD carry. He's only played Rise and Lad, so technically he's banned out. But I'm going to guess he can play some marksman, and there's one.
Okay.
How exciting. Viper on a marksman.
So will be the Lucian locked up. Taking that one final pick. Will this Ornn be a support or a top laner yet again for Sword?
Usually we think he's on the top lane tank, so we have a cool support for Lehens, I wonder. Wait until the final couple of seconds here. What will Lehens want to play? It's going to be Soraka to try to smash the bot lane.
Okay.
Very strong laning duo here in the Lucian and the Soraka. Just mean Mundo with enough time is going to have a pretty fun lane against Ornn. Will it be Yasuo bot lane? BBQ have a lot of flex going on with their picks. Vladimir, Yasuo, a lot of things to consider.
So far, not a lot of synergy with the last breath, but the Gragas, that'll make for a very easy ult for the Yasuo.
It does mean... Alright!
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, this just got really interesting.
Who's he laning with? The Yasuo is my first thought, but the Vladimir is also a pretty big thing. Talia jungle finally hits the LCK. The Gragas used to be a support, Signar, and everyone is playing Gragas support, not Gragas in the jungle. Yasuo and Blitzcrank. Well, gotta admit, they do have a targeted knockup, so the last breath might be more predictable than you might imagine.
Wasn't it also Ignar that played the Blitzcrank last time when we had Mad Life casting?
Yes.
So
Ignar is a big Blitzcrank player. Blitzcrank famously good against Soraka. Just hook her, and then you'll be able to take her down.
Oh boy. Well, this is definitely taking an unexpected turn. So will be the Vladimir in the mid lane for Tempt, with Ghost moving over to the Yasuo. Good to see some alterations sticking to a couple of the same champions, but also just shuffling things around and also innovating with the Blitzcrank coming through.
It's fun also to see the expected meta of 8-11 in the form we originally expected. Talia jungle, that held the biggest reputation. The Yasuo bot lane with Alistar. It's not Alistar, it's Blitzcrank, but it is a Yasuo bot lane rather than the mid that we've had traditionally. We're starting to see some of those things from other regions come in. It's going to be fun to watch. Let's see if BBQ can find that first win.
All right, well, they desperately need it again. Even if they lose this series, it would not really move them up, or it would move them into 10th place, sole possession of that one. Griffin looking to take first. Let's see if they can do it with a 2-0, or BBQ can tie us up. Fans getting louder and louder as the night goes on. BBQ for some cheese.
There's another Mitchell fan. Cheerful in the audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can see it. It's right in front of us. But have to admit.
Yep.
Probably should own that one, Sword. It's really fun.
It is.
Well, level 1 sweeper is a nice thing that's allowed in this meta, and it allows them to do it. There's another nice
League of Legends.
So the story behind Lehens is, as you might expect, he tried to write Legends, misspelled it, and stuck with it. So you gotta like a man who owns his mistake. We got Expression, we had Golira for a little while.
Yeah.
That went to Gorilla, and Now we've got Lehens.
Fart.
You know, those weren't mistakes. He did that on purpose.
I know. But again, it's all about owning it.
Hey, the Legal Lehens was owning in the promotion tournament when he hard carried on Alistair, so he's going to have fun with it as Secret Agent Xin Zhao.
That's going to be a counter push. Did he not see that?
Hard to say.
There's no ping that came through.
Again, hard
I
to say.
think he rounded the corner right at the last second.
I think we're getting a lane swap.
And we are. It's going to be Viper Lehens going top versus Crazy to try to shut down the Mundo. That's going to be Exhaust coming through, and he's already got a flash out.
Very nicely done. Complete surprise, and yes, he obviously did not see it. Nice invade. Wow. Lane swaps happen in the LPL. First lane swap we're seeing at level 1. Outside of the Do-Si-Do with Faker and Bang in SKT series. A proper lane swap. The penalty is turret damage, but Ornn can push, and Yasuo and Blitzcrank are melee champions. So won't be able to do quite as much threat under turret. This is very nice, and another way to try to shut down the Mundo. Look at the poor guy.
He's just sitting back there.
An enemy has been slain.
He's like trying to proxy himself. Can't do that.
Sword also. Not going to have the happiest time, but do consider, if I could give you, riddle me this, Kilios, level 11 champion, Mundo and Ornn with 0 items, who would you prefer? Exactly. Ornn does much better on low economy than Mundo. Mundo's actually about percentages. 100% health regen of 0 is still 0, but they're going to teleport in with the Mundo. Remember, there's no turret reinforcements here. Sword actually needs to run.
Yeah.
So this is the counter. Okay. Consider what happens. There is no reinforcements on bot lane turret. There is on top lane. So he decides to teleport in. A lot of madness in this game, a lot to unpack. I like the teleport for me.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead. They're going to get the first break. There's no answering one coming in from Sword. There's no, the jungler's not there, so they're not going to be able to beat the tower. So BBQ actually come out ahead here with an advantage.
Impossible to match the speed. Remember, reinforcements on the top lane turret, the mid lane turret, but not the bot lane turret. So able to teleport in. That is good counterplay. Took a little bit BBQ to decide it. They go for it anyway. Now, Blitzcrank and Yasuo go top. Sword, keep just like level 2, please.
Messing up some of the CS, though. Needs to happen. Here comes the wraparound from the back. Tarzan dashes in, but Temp's got the pool.
I feel he's ganking every 18 seconds, so just being met by the pool.
This is painful to watch here for Sword. Finally gets some minions in front of him, but the tower is killing most of them.
The lane swap was a nice idea, but I think the problem is that Xin Zhao needs to then play bot side, a duo with the Ornn under the turret. Trick was able to roam as well, and the counter shove from Nirelia is not going to be massive. So that's where the next parts of the play kind of slowed down. Any real hope? And he basically just gave a gold lead to BBQ.
Yeah. It was either that or he had to be on top, on that tower with them to try to outpace, but
I think the jungler position is really all you can criticize. If you're going to go for the lane swap, then Ornn needs help, and it wasn't going to be coming from the Aurelia. The takeaway there. So nice idea from Griffin. We are aware that that's going to be the penalty. Now we do get duo lane top side, as Trick has had a very long leash to walk around. It's just top side because that's mid.
Yep, why the hell not? So now, full swap coming through. Ornn Mundo down on the bottom side of the map. Break as well.
Very excited to watch Taliyah actually working with ganks, because Taliyah jungle is actually very powerful when it comes to the ganks. The lower cooldown on the W allows for some pretty easy setup and some pretty easy picks. Has a lot of damage onto Rift Skull because there is no diminishing damage on the Q. So cool to see our first jungle Taliyah. Fun thing to track. Powers through the jungle very quickly, but because it was involved in the bot lane pushing, doesn't have a huge CS lead over Xin Zhao, who was spotted on that smart lane ward.
An enemy has been slain.
Tarzan going for a walk here, will get spotted out. Wrapping around.
No reason for them to take that blast plan in, so we'll not actually be able to take it down. Crazy.
Moseyed their way into the brush. Probably would have found a nice little surprise. That was nearby on.
Crazy is delayed. Whatever there is to say, Crazy will be slower to his items because there's been less gold available to the Mundo. Perhaps that will delay till a relevant timer. The Mundo walking in and being Dr. Mundo in all his glory around 4 items.
Is that worth losing power in the first 6 minutes?
And is it worth Griffin having no pressure around the Lucian and the Soraka because you can see double control ward is down. Their jungler is bot side. Griffin can only just pick up minions as they hit the turret, so not even able to utilize how strong Lucian and Soraka are in standing trades against the double melee Yasuo Blitzcrank. Feels like the level 1 plan hasn't been as fleshed out as perhaps it needed to be. Get the full value out of it. It also hasn't put them in a massive hole, but BBQ do have a very visible 1700.
Ignar and Trick going on the journey here, pushing forward. Blast plant over, they're looking for Sword, who Crazy has him slowed up. That's going to be a lot of damage coming in. The Ignite there, and First Blood gets handed over to Crazy, so all of that delay now going to be shifted on its head here as he gets that First Blood goal.
Nice and easy, and then the counterpoint, Tarzan on this Ninja. A bit about his movements in the early game. Never coverage is threatening the top side. Thus is achieving too much. The macro here from Griffin outside of the smart rotation level 1, actually allowing BBQ a pretty safe and tank in the early game. This is the Vladimir mid till he can even take the blue buff to keep obliterating the jungle pre-runic Echo, where the mana regen is a little bit less gated by blue buff for the Talia. Viper soloing against the Yasuo, who awkwardly is able to 1v2 while the Blitzcrank roams because they can't contest the vision around the top side.
Pushing forward, Tarzan just clearing out that control ward, is able to do so safely. Going to slow down for the time being, but 2,500 gold lead here for BBQ. Very nice start. I feel like they might be able to get their first game win. Lehen's going to be cut off, throws down the silence. He's in such a rough spot, that's going to be the knockup. Ignar starting the kite back as the TPs come in, gets the grab onto Lehen's. He'll flash away. One going down, TP's cancelled.
Sword was cancelled at the last possible half second, after 3 seconds I would think. Blitzcrank, deciding not to take that one, not to actually fully engage. Back away, but again, pressure lead top side grows for BBQ. The resources for Griffin to pick up have been less and less after the start of the game. They now have a defensive control wall. That's something. Feels like more minions are available to the side of BBQ as the game extends until Tarzan can change that.
Swarming away, stuck under this turn basically. Especially now that the flash is down here for Lehen's. One more blitz hook onto that Soraka. Almost certain death.
What was about making the game pace faster, mentioned already, shutting down the Mundo and his farm. Issue I see, Achilles, is it's perhaps the worst game ever to be Illusion. Consider that the win wall is there to get rid of your ultimate. Vladimir, Mundo, and Yasuo will all walk at you.
Yep.
It's really, really hard to put out damage in these team fights in the late game. That's why they tried to play for the early game. The execution wasn't good enough. Now the late game seems more and more probable for the side of BBQ. Looking for their second turret, put down a wind wall and get some damage done.
Yeah, clear out the wave. Allows them to get that much more chip damage in.
An ally has been slain.
Further and further ahead. Wrapping around the back. Here's wall ready to go. Recall coming out here from Lehen's.
Enemy has been slain.
Cancel that. Like the other set of ways to start up the Herald instead.
Insane neutral damage coming through from the clear. About 500 damage or so every group of threaded volleys onto a single target. Blow through the Rift Herald very quickly. The Rift Herald off spawn as well, around 10:10. It's almost started in around 10:35. It picked up, happily by Trick. Want to keep the pace high, could use it top side to get an instant turret. Also use it mid lane to stop the Aurelia freezing the wave. Crazy himself on the roam.
Hovering around here for the moment. Philippi hasn't really had an opportunity to get involved in anything yet. Gone for a stun a couple times on the tempt, but outside of that, no participation.
Good farm numbers, but like you say, been a bit of an onlooker as his team and the lane swaps shut him down a little bit. Again, my eyes are a bit more on Tarzan. Maybe that's a bit too much focus on the jungler, but in a lane swap, the jungler was always the one person empowered while everyone else followed along the line. Just having him Tarzan do anything in this game.
Infernal Drake gonna get started up here at the 11.5-minute mark. And there's no one really nearby at all fighting contest. This is going to be a free pickup here for BBQ.
They have no control bot side. Yep. Duo lane's top side, so they have to buff Infernal. That's an understandable thing. And look at that. What a time to close the lane swap, unfortunately. The side. Griffin. The RNG counting against you.
Be their first loss and BBQ's first win if they can close this out. They're on the right path. It's just about them not straying away from it, which is certainly possible.
An ally has been slain.
Inevitabilities with teams at the bottom of the table are always, like you say, a bit fleeting. Trick gonna walk up. Could also use the Weaver's Wall here if you wanted to try to get this turret down and get a huge burst from Shelly.
Ignores around the back right now.
Fourth shot.
Cleared out, looking for it, finds the hook into the knockup. Crazy. Looking to arrive, looking to silence off, but still going to be Viper exiting safe in the meantime. You know, just having a hard time killing turns today with St. The follow-up's going to be here. Nothing really that Griffin can do to stop it. 2-0 in turrets. BBQ keep an advantage.
As they should. They should keep growing this lead because right now it doesn't feel like Griffin are able to really cement their position anywhere on the map. We talked about how they didn't have a position bot side. In the top side, they've been very, very respectful first. So the Blitzcrank and the potential for Trick to be there. Still no Weaver's Wall this game. Trick hasn't needed to. Focused on killing those neutrals like the Infernal and the Rift Herald. Temp farming up a storm mid lane. Toby as well. We've already mentioned that that would be to questionable end. I don't think there's light at the end of the tunnel for Griffin, even with Marks to represent the late game. Answers very, very cleanly. Toby not already snowballed. Probably needs some sort of pretty big mistake in this game for BBQ to give Griffin a way back.
Just stagnating now, which is exactly what Griffin wants. They don't want to bleed any more objectives. They just want to hold on to the few that they have remaining.
Donate buffs would only be if they get there very quickly. As you can see, Ignar pop that boost mobility. Common check very early. Counter jump down continues. Tricks a lot of camps up. He's about 5 camps ahead of the Xinjiao. There's so much area of the map Xinjiao couldn't go because his lane was so weak in that area after picking up the gang early. And again, just defend as a unit, in this case, withdraw as a unit. Give more and more map pressure over to BBQ.
Coming down yet again, hook. Gonna go wide.
Mad life.
Good bluff there. Nope. Disappointed. Live and just flash. Happy about that. But pretty sad about everything else that's going on in the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty broken up about it as well. I was excited to see some new meta stuff Griffin with the lane swap, but almost like the coach walked out of the booth. The last thing he said was lane swap, you know, and then I guess kind of just wafted away.
They didn't hear the don't. That happened right before it.
You know, everything's possible after an early game like this where it's been too cute. We've seen a couple of teams drop flex mix and then the person left with the champ, he's really show full mastery of it. This is a macro strategy. Down a little bit. Not for the deciding of the game or the awarding of the game to BBQ. Second Infernal is coming, and they find any footing to actually test this Infernal. Irelia has decided to sit on gold because there's no way she only has gold for those items. She's had Sheen and a bit of magic resistant health for a long time. Hoping it's a Trinity Force, otherwise fighting around the Drake's gonna be real hard.
Yep. Especially because, I mean, even so, even if he does get that Trinity Force, there's still gonna be the exhaust out from Ghost. We saw how effective that was in our first series, being used right against Kuro. As soon as he dove in, it's all came down, and there's nothing that Aurelia can really do. Pretty course completed. To your satisfaction, I take it.
You know, I'll take what you can get. If you're judging by whether Griffin can hold a candle at an Infernal Drake fight, facing against a Proto-Belt Vlad, they don't have any healing reduction, and Crazy's still level 10, which is a really big drop compared to level 11, where ult starts to actually become a very relevant thing. Should be able to pick up level 11 around the same time as Infernals. Not enough from those two minions, but maybe the next minion wave first when he dies, he'll get 11, so still, right at the end of the tunnel for Crazy. Rough to start the game, he had Sunfire Cave, item-wise, like where BBQ was at. Griffin's teamfight execution, again, how they made their fame, and they pull a rabbit out.
A pretty big rabbit. Much bigger.
I guess that tells you about their side. Maybe the next one.
It's so confusing that Griffin has suddenly decided to back away from the fight.
I agree. A lot of other teams are cribbing from what Griffin started with the Doctor rotation. So taking in game 1, decided not to, and Oren did very, very well. In this case, we wondered if it was about the flex.
Oh,
see that is
finally get that Weaver's Wall coming through, but he's not going to get the cutoff that he wanted.
Only gets the heal out of Lehens for movement speed. Not want to blow his flash.
Which is still a gain, but now he doesn't have it to zone them back against the Infernal Drake, so it's poking in from the bottom side.
Sword is
back in.
Of course, with that engage range, Sword is threatening from that side.
Hence, you are quite far forward. Tries to throw down that silence. Almost just gets killed straight up from the stones. Doesn't even need the seismic shove or anything. It was just that threaded volley coming and ripping him apart.
He's got some big stones himself. He actually held onto the flash for a long time
That's
before he flashed in. Engage
pop
time.
Up, that's going to be Tarzan going forward. Ghost's going to be knocked down to about half HP. Now they're going to pop up here on Crazy, but he's got the ultimate running. Tempt goes into the backside, just completely assassinates the hands. Ultimate out there from the Aurelia, but Chovy is just all by himself. He will get destroyed as Ghost finds that kill. Viper firing away, but he can really only hit Crazy, and it's just not enough damage to take down that Mundo. Crazy's going to finish here with a double kill. He flashed the wall. I thought he was going to there for a second. Go around the back, maybe looking for the hook, and Viper wants nothing to do with this. It's going to be a second Infernal Drake going over to BBQ. Now up to 5,000 gold. Quite a bit of 88 HP.
Teamfight victory from the side of BBQ Sword. Gets with CC into the backline. Now can hit them away, but turning on Mundo was never going to be the solution. And Temp, you can see already, he's definitely more confident than Vladimir than his 80 carry Ghost could be. Very nice backline dive. Ghost actually has some nice mechanics with the fade away cube, but still dies. The follow flash coming through from Oren, but it seemed like the team fight was only going to go one way, and it did. That is BBQ.
Suddenly Crazy after the ridiculous start. 0-8-0. The majority here of his.
That means that his item is already well online. A Warbox comes in, and maybe the hopes are done. The damage dealt in the last fight. Thanks.
Straight down the line.
Thanks very much. There, AoE's burning. After big numbers. Sadly, they need Chovy to really be putting out big damage, wasn't he?
It was again, the exhaust comes through. Still on cooldown here for Ghost, so if another fight breaks out, then Chovy maybe can have the impact that he was looking for, but because of that, damage reduction coming in just completely nullifies it.
I wonder, Griffin, I wonder about this one. Have you finally, has science gone too far and you've kind of looked for advantages in the early game, not gotten them, and also a pretty out-comped 5v5. This would be a real show of intent. If they could out 5v5 with a comp that it's very tricky to beat. Not impossible, but it's tricky.
I mean, at this point, BBQ believe they have control on the map. 3-0 as far as first is concerned. If they somehow throw this one away, they probably deserve to go.
I think it's early to say that. I know you were being and, I can't endorse statements like that in their third best of 3 season. Now, in 5 or 6 best of 3s, call me back. But now, at least, I'm gonna swipe no on that.
I know, much more bold than you're saying that a free ninja is the grand final.
I mean,
that has historical
most
evidence.
people would agree. I also said will be, whereas you said should be. A bit different. As, well, there's the wind wall down, so one theoretically could ult. Sadly, he's bot side, so they'll lose one.
Yep, calling is not going to get anything at all. Coming through blind, just going to be Ignar looking for a pickoff. It's crazy. Chunks out that tower. That's going to be Call the Forge God coming through, but Tempter's just going to go ahead, drop down into the pool. Tarzan shoved away by the seismic shove. Further damage in. They'll chunk Tempt out, but that's about it.
Back to the drawing board. I think CB Max this time really, really struggling to see how they'll be able to kill the Doctor window as the game moves on. In mid, shut down was the whole game plan. The lane swap, and in game 3 kills the opposite. Shut down. We have the CS lead over.
That camp clear. Well, have fun in Soul, you know?
It's good. Racing from Van. Most healer ranges, very, very strong in the jungle, but it's in twice mid lane. Both the game victories. Leo will be 100% contested. This one goes to them. One game to go through. Irelia also, and Zoe also falls a little bit. Camille. Over the draft today is, well, it's not Jovi.
So, safe. He'll be fine.
Good. I was right.
I mean, he might have had a heart attack.
True. That might be a pause. We already had an eye.
True. The eye issue was resolved. Much like the toilet issue in times past.
Never seen anyone pause for a draft. Nice use of the Weaver's Wall there from the Talia. They'll walk up. Mundo can tank the culling forever.
Yeah, that didn't really do much. She was taking turret shots and the culling. And it still is very healthy. High value control ward thrown down, but... Oh, that's going to be a hook coming in. Flash away, comes out. Tarzan, self-alive. Yeah, easily a massive trade up there inside of BBQ.
Yeah, ultimately, very underrated tool in order to stay alive and do a lot of damage. In that case, the Black Glove has to be used. The Baron is safe to start to be used. Base check for Xin no longer as possible. Gonna have to be Ornn. They don't have a tank support. It's just the hands.
Oh, you know, I can see it now. This is how BBQ throws. They see the Xin Zhao. Ignar hooks him into the pit to try to kill him. The Baron goes too low, and Tarzan gets the smite steal.
I was thinking more of the Soraka Q over the wall stealing.
That would also be good. I just feel like it's gonna be set up.
Last time I took a great throws with Spender started clearly were the best.
Yeah. But you could never guess how they were gonna do it. They were savants.
Oh no, they would take their siege competent back.
Okay, well, the Sentinel's not really nearby. The Barons are going to have HP, so yeah, this is going to happen. It seems like BBQ are actually just going to get it.
No globals, nothing to steal it with.
Maybe they go ahead and close out the game with their first win.
Slight applause from, you would assume, the BBQ faithful. That particular play does seem like we're going the maximum there. 16-3, this seems like it's going to be alive.
It's hard to not clap them regardless of which side of the arena you're on.
It's true, and I personally would like to see BBQ not be Nova with one on the table. Trick Nova.
It's not fun when you have no hope.
Nova's always made a big effort with the local cast as well. Saying being very sociable. And like you say, no one wants to see a Conquer One situation, so BBQ finding their first would be big for their confidence. Hasn't happened yet.
Well, Forge God coming out, but that's going to be crazy going golden. Of course, the Mundo does have a stopwatch just to make him extra unkillable.
Gonna rush at this turret, probably gonna break it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be knocked down very swiftly with the inhibitor to follow. BBQ, how long do they want to stick around? Do they want to take the fight here inside the base of Griffin and try to put the nail in the coffin, or do they peel back? They haven't really been in this position before. Hook comes in, flash away from Sword, still gonna get knocked up, still gonna be healthy, but all the Forge Gods still gonna be down, not even halfway off cooldown. BBQ will go ahead and peel back.
You know what the game state is like when Sword has to instantly flash away when he's the one hooked and the rest of his team was there as well. But that is the reality situation that Griffin find themselves in. The VOD review of this one be pretty clear around the early game that really started this snowball. BBQ finding pretty trivial to put forward in. They also have Tempt on the Vladimir this time. He's going to be a lot more confident when it comes to the engages. Looks like BBQ has dot the I's, crossed the T's, and forced that game to win.
Figures that the day that I cast is the time that BBQ actually steps up to the plate.
Good.
Takes us to a game 3.
Good luck charm for Ilias. Learning from this. BBQ are going to have to reward you with a case of creatures.
Gonna have to control.
Are you
Blade me. Hey, me.
I thought you were going to go back. Hey.
Joel just tuned in to our headsets and said, sorry, wait, what did you need? I was gonna have you talk to BBQ and tell him I'm their good luck charm so you can give me free chicken.
Alright. Joel's on the case.
Joel says he's definitely gonna do that. Thank you, Joel.
I just realized
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
the audience can't tell what we're saying, so we can invent things to Joel.
True.
Good times. As
If this was a not safe for work podcast, I'd have a lot of fun with that one, but it's gonna be the turret getting chunked out here. Wind wall just gonna go ahead and nullify.